Hello everyone and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be showing you my entire Halloween animatronic collection. This is my 1000 subscriber special. I just want to thank you all so much for helping me hit that milestone. And yeah, so this is going to be my Halloween animatronic collection video for 2021. So I'm going to go ahead and go around showing you each one and my thoughts on them. I'm also going to leave a link to the reviews I did on each of them in the corner as well as I go around. So you can go ahead and click that to check my other thoughts on them. But yes, let's go ahead and start off with this side, which will be the Costco 2019 London Reaper. So yeah, here is a look at this guy. He is one of my favourite props in my collection. He is also the first life-size that I got, aside from the jumping spider, of course. But this is my first Costco prop that I ever got. So like I said, I got him in 2019 and it still works great. He has one of the most amazing movements that I've seen. He just lunges forward, I think that's great. He scares a lot of people. Here's a look at the scythe. I need to take the sticker off still. But this is basically a really great detailed scythe. This scythe head is also, you can see it's got a lot of paint detail all around it. It's also got depth to it, which I think is really good. It definitely looks like stone. And I like the scythe a lot. His hands also have tons of detail on them, and so does his face. It's made out of latex, which I really like. You can see here that it has a lot of detail around the teeth as well. And his eyes do light up, which is good. His hair is grey, and I think that looks really creepy. He's definitely a very cool looking prop, and one of my favourites in my collection. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a demo on the Lunging Reaper.
The living never think that their lives will come to an end. But all it takes is one touch from me. You have escaped my grasp. For now.
So there was Lunging Reaper. I absolutely love that guy. I love his animation. He scares a ton of people on Halloween, which is awesome. And yeah, as you can see, he had a really cool animation there. He works still very great considering that he's 3 years old. But overall, I love this prop a lot and I'm super glad that I have him in my collection. Next up, I'm going to be taking a look at the Banshee. So here is Twitching Banshee. I got her from 2020 from Costco, and as you can see, she's a very creepy looking prop. One of the scariest that I own. Here's a look at her face. Her hair kind of gets in the way. But anyway, she was sold by Costco last year, and as you can see, she does have some differences to the Spirit Halloween model, that mostly being her hair. But apart from that, there's pretty much no other key differences apart from the hair, like I said. And I think the shoulder piece is connected to the module, which the Spirit Halloween model doesn't. But it's basically just like a more updated Twitching Banshee. And yeah, I love this prop so much. She's a very terrifying soundtrack. And as you can see, she's a very creepy looking prop. Let's look at her hands. She's an awesome outfit, which I think looks super cool, especially at night. Her eyes also glow, which is awesome. They glow pretty well too. You can see them through her hair, which I think is awesome. And yeah, her animation is super unnerving, and she twitches around like the Twitching Clown over there. Exact same prop, different skin, but that's basically it. Now I'll go ahead and give you a demo. So as you can see, she's a very creepy prop, especially when she's turned on. I'm very happy that I have her. Now moving on, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Costco Witch, which I got in 2019 along with the Lunging Reaper over there. She's such a great prop. I got her for £70 as well, which is a pretty good deal considering what you get. She's a witch that stirs a cauldron, as you can see here. The cauldron actually moves around and lights up. The stick swirls, and then this is a light down here that lights up, and it makes it look like she's stirring something. She has a ton of detail on her face. A lot of cosmetics as well. You can see here is her glasses. These can come off. Same with the hat and the cape here. Her costumes are very detailed. I like this crystal, and also it has a great color scheme as well. I like having like bright. I like having bright green props, especially with Underworld Clown over there. You can see he has a lot of green, and so does she. But she has a ton of color mixed in, like orange and purple, and I think it looks great in my opinion. Here's a look at her wand. She has a ton of detail on that as well. It does differentiate to the Reapers, which is quite cool. Has its own special model. At the top, yeah, you can see that's what it looks like. And then the other part is stirring the cauldron. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what she looks like when she's stirring the cauldron.
This brew seems to be lacking vision. It looks like it needs more eyeballs. Hey, you there. Do you have any you could spare? Well, I can see that everybody is unwilling to share. No matter. This brew is already pretty lumpy.
So as you can see there, she's a very cool prop. I love her phrases, she has a ton of them, and I think she has a lot of life to her. What I mean by that is that she has a lot of animation, I think it just brings her to life a lot, and people loved her on Halloween when I put her out, so yeah, she's a very great prop, and I'm very happy with her. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the Costco Pumpkin. I got this guy this year, and he is just brand new. Here's a look at his face. I did a review on him recently, so you can go ahead and check that out. I'll go ahead and put some batteries in him and show you what he looks like when he's on. So as you can see, he's a super cool prop, really happy that I have him, and yeah, I think he's a great buy from Costco, I definitely recommend him. But that was that guy. Next up is the Costco 2021 Werewolf. This guy is super cool, I love his detail a lot. He's definitely my most hyped up prop from Costco this year, and definitely the hype paid off. He's a super cool looking prop. Take a look at these hands, they're very good. Same with the head, it's also made out of latex, like most Costco props. Here's a look at inside the mouth, he has a tongue which I think is pretty cool. The eyes are also nice. They have, yeah, like I said, they're LCD, so they light up and they display a screen. He has like blinking on them and stuff. I think it looks great, especially at night. I think it's gonna look real cool on Halloween. Here's a look at his hands. Like I said, they in my review they have two pieces, which I think are good for storing them instead of having the normal like cuffs around the plastic hands, which are one piece. Definitely better for storing him that way, and I'm super happy that Costco made that change. I love this guy a lot. As you can see, he's a very well detailed and cool looking prop. Without further ado, let's go ahead and give you a demo. I hope you guys managed to see his eyes alright because the light is pretty bright, but yeah, as you could hopefully see, the eyes look super good on him and they do look even better at night. I'll leave a link to his review and demo in the description as well so you can take a look at them better. But that was that guy. Really like this guy. He has so much animation and detail. Very happy with him. Let's go ahead and move on to the next prop, which will be the Underworld Clown. So I got this guy this year. I'm very happy with how he looks. He's humongous. His box is gigantic as well, which is incredible. He is quite hard to store, but that's the only downside really, and I really like the detail on him. He's got a huge head as well. Here's a comparison. You can see it in his eyes as well. They're like very creepy looking, especially when they're turned on. They have a really cool glowing effect. His mouth also moves, and he sways side to side, and he has a lot of animation on him, which makes him look really good. I've wanted Underworld Clown for a while now, and I'm super happy that I finally got him this year, and I can't wait to use him on Halloween. So yeah, that was basically him. I'll go ahead and give you a demo of him right now.
The sulphurous stench in the caverns down below do not equal the sweet smell of fat souls ready for picking. And here is another meal now. Dinner is served.
So as you can see, a super cool looking prop. I love his animation a lot. He's very unique. As soon as he came out in 2020, I knew I had to get him, and luckily I did this year, which I'm super happy about. I think he's going to look great on Halloween. You can just see how much detail has got on his face, and like I said, he is huge, so he's definitely going to make a big impact, which I think is going to be great as well. So let's go ahead and move on from Underworld Clown to the next prop, which will be the Crimson Dragon. So this guy, he was also sold in 2020, but I just got him this year. He was resold at Costco for this year, and I'm super happy about that because it gave me a chance to get him. He was on a sale recently, and I picked him up then, so here he is. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a demo of his eyes immediately so you can see what they look like. And also his wings do flap, which they are quite large, so I definitely need to go ahead, clear some space. So as you guys can see there, he has some very good movement, and hopefully, yet again, you could see his LCD eyes since the light is bright, but he has some really good effects on there, which I think are great. This guy's speaker is also very loud, which is good. Unlike the Werewolf, which his speaker isn't too quiet, but it's just not as loud as this guy's, but it really isn't too much of a big deal. I think you can always play him through a speaker, which they always do have a speaker jack, which is always a good option. So I think I'm going to do that with the werewolf. But this guy is plenty loud enough, and I'm very happy with the speaker. As you can see, he has a ton of detail. I love the red color. The bright red color looks really cool, and I think it just looks super good on this guy, especially the wings. They have some really nice detail, as you can see. Very nice texture on there. They have a cool texture on there. And his head also is latex around a plastic frame, in case you're wondering. And there's a look at his eyes as well. Scales look really cool as well. So yeah, overall he's a super cool prop, and I'm very happy that I have him in my collection. So moving on, I'm going to go ahead and show you the Asda Scarecrow. So this guy was sold last year at Asda, and this is last year's model. He was also resold this year as Asda's 2021 life size, which is disappointing. There isn't a new one, but I guess it sort of does give you a break to not, if you're collecting them, you don't have to buy another one, unless you want the newer model, which I don't think there's any other differences on, but I wouldn't know since I don't have him. But this is last year's model, and as you can see, he's a super cool looking Scarecrow. He's the least expensive prop that I own, coming in at £50, which is 20 less than the Witch, and he's certainly a very nice prop for that price. He's very tall as well, taller than most of the props in this room actually, as you can see here, taller than the Reaper, Witch, and just taller than the Banshee, and yeah, as you can see, taller than Twitching Clown, but not as tall as Towering Clown. But yeah, but he is still very tall for a Scarecrow, and I think that's super cool as well. You can see here, here's his base. It's quite a cool base actually, because you can just take these things out and then move him easier if you want to. And then he also has a very simplistic setup. It's like 5 pieces, which I always like. And his box is also very tiny, which I think is good for storage. So yeah, he's a very good prop for storage and stuff like that. He also has a ton of detail, as you can see here. His top is like a stained look, which I think does look good, but the only downside is that it's super thin and you can kind of see through it if there's a light behind him. But it's not too bad since all you can really see is the motor anyway, so I think it is still a good effect. But overall, this prop's great, and let's go ahead and give you a demo on his arm. He has a push button right here. This guy, like the Witch, also has a ton of phrases, which I think is really cool. It's around 4 or 5 or 6 even, which I think is great. And it just, yeah, he definitely has a lot of character to him. I really like the burlap sack as well. His head is also very heavy and high quality. I think it's going to last you a while, and yeah. But that is all there really is to say about him. And let's go ahead and move on to the next prop. So I'm going to go ahead and start the clown collection off, starting with the Twitching Clown. So here is Twitching Clown. He was the first clown prop that I got in 2020, and as you can see, he's a very creepy looking prop. There's a close look at his face. His nose is a bit damaged, but that came damaged in shipping, so I didn't do that. But I think I will paint over eventually, but for now it's not too much of a big issue. But this guy is so cool. I love his face. It's super twisted and creepy. You can see here his neck is a bone, which I think looks great. His teeth and mouth are also very creepy as well. My favourite part about this guy is definitely his outfit. As you can see here, he has bloodstains all over it, and I really like that. Here's where his sensor is, by the way. It's on his chest, which I think is better since Twitching Banshees is up here, but with it being here, it will activate with more when people walk past, and it might be skipped up here. Here's a look at his shoes, by the way. They are different to the typical SVI clown shoes. They are more, they are slightly larger, and they are more shiny. They also do have more detail on them. Here's a look at the differences in the clown shoes. These ones are a whole lot smaller than these ones, and the laces are also larger than the typical ones. They're more towards the back, whilst these ones are also a little bit lower. I do like this a lot. I think it adds a whole lot more characters to this guy, since his shoes are different, and every other clown that I have does have the same style of shoes. So that was his shoes. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you a demo of the Twitching Clown. So yeah, there was Twitching Clown. I absolutely love his audio track. I think it's so cool. He has that very iconic laugh, and overall I just think he's a great prop, and I really love him. And he's going to look great in a carnival horn or just anywhere really. Super iconic prop, and I'm super happy that I have him. Anyway, moving on. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Towering Clown, which is arguably one of the most iconic clowns ever. I mean, he does have a ton of detail on his face. This is the 2019 model, I believe. And as you can see, he has a super creepy looking face. I love the bloody teeth as well. His costume is very high quality. He does seem to be a little bit higher quality than the other clowns, particularly Cagey. His like costume just seems to be a bit more like high quality than others, and also the poles. They just seem more heavy duty and higher quality. That might just be me. I think he's exactly the same, but yeah. Here he is. I love this guy so much. His hair is really cool as well. I still need to get it sorted out. It's kind of all over the place right now, but I'll get that sorted out in time for Halloween. I used him last year in my carnival scene in my horn. I think he looked great there. His collar's also fallen down a bit. Got to velcro that back up. But yeah, he is so iconic. I really love this guy. His audio and is just super cool. And I really love how tall this guy is. As hence his name, Towering Clown. He is very tall. So here is a demo of the Towering Clown. He is actually plugged in right now. I believe this is his. Yeah.
I'm starting a new juggling act. I'll need a hand from one of you, and a head, and a foot. That's all any part will do. I'm looking for someone to play hide and seek with. You go hide, and I'll come find you. Start running!
So as you can see there, a very good audio track and super creepy. I love this guy a lot, especially his laugh. And I think he both looks and sounds great on Halloween as well. But yeah, so moving on from the clowns, we're going to go ahead and move on to my second towering clown, which is Cagey. He is the caged clown. Well, he carries the caged clown, which is, yeah, as you can see here. He also comes with two designs, which this is one of them. The other one is one where he's carrying a girl. The one with the girl was not in stock, but this one is, I think, equally as cool. It just depends which one that you prefer, really, but I did prefer the clown one anyway, so here he is. I really love the concept of this guy, and the fact that he's carrying a smaller clown, I think is really funny. And yeah, his hair does need sorting out as well. I haven't managed to do it yet. I think I'm going to use hairspray for that, since it does seem to work with other props. But yeah, there is Cagey the Clown. He has a very cool design, like I said. He has the same shoes as Towering Clown, I believe. I don't think there's any differences there, but his costume is very unique. You can see it looks very vintage and antique, and I think that's really cool. And honestly, his face is very detailed. The rips in his makeup, I think, are great. Definitely my favorite part of this guy. The head is very iconic. And that really big smile he has on his face is very creepy as well. I'm going to go ahead and give you a demo now so you can see him and the little clown in action.
Hey, little feller, are you getting hungry? That's what I like to hear. Let's just wait for a few more people to show up, and I'll let you loose.
So there he was, super unique concept he has, and I really love him a lot. The cage is also a very nice looking prop. It has a lot of detail on it. I think it looks really good. He is going to look super good in a haunted house, and I cannot wait to use him. But yeah, he is also new for this year, in case I forgot to mention that. And then the final clown that I have in the collection is Chuckles. He is on the custom built swing frame, which I built earlier this year, and I think it looks pretty good. Unfortunately, I cannot turn him on right now since I don't have his adapter. He's a very nice prop, and I'm super happy that he does swing alright. Initially, I had an issue with him where his motor seemed to be fried, but luckily the company that I bought him from did send me a replacement, which I'm very grateful for, so thanks for that. And yeah, he works fine now, so yeah. That is pretty much my entire clown collection. And then that leaves just one prop, which will be the Jumping Spider. This guy is a classic. He was the first prop that I ever got. And yeah, he pretty much started this whole thing. So I want to go ahead and give you a demo of him. He's a very simple prop, but he has a very good scare. So I'll go ahead and show you that right now. So I'll put him onto the sensor mode. So he should just jump. So yeah, there he was. A very simple prop, like I said, but he has a very awesome scare, and it scares a ton of people on Halloween as well. Bunch of people like this one. Is a classic prop to own. And yeah, super happy I own this one. And so yeah, that is pretty much it. That was my entire animatronic collection. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and thanks again for 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it massively. So thanks again. And yeah, that is it, like I said. So if you did enjoy, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helped me out a lot, and I massively appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next Halloween video, which is actually super soon since Halloween is less than 7 days away, which is really exciting. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.